In the previous tutorial, I've shown how to use the railroad editor. Now, let's take a look on the route manager and the train spawner features. The train controller asset collection is available on the Unreal Marketplace, links in the description below. Let's start with the route manager. For this demonstration, I've prepared two parallel railroad loops, composed of 3 railroad actors each. Let's create a route for each of them, and call them Route A and Route B. Creating a new route is really simple. Start by choosing a name, then select the railroad actors and click the plus button to add them to the rails list. Keep in mind that the order of selection matters. When adding multiple rails, you must select them in the desired order. Once you've finished selecting the rails, don't forget to click the Save button to apply the changes. The routes created for this level are listed under the Route Settings tab. If you forget to add rails before saving, the route will be highlighted in red to let you know it is empty. If you add any rails by mistake, you can use the X button to remove them from the rails list. Rails can also be individually added to the list. Just remember to add them in the desired order, as the trains will follow the rail list sequentially. If you make any changes to your railroad, you must also remember to edit the affected routes to reflect the changes. Now that we have some routes ready, let's take a look on how to use the train spawner to add trains to them. The train spawner can be used to spawn single railcars or entire trains. Trains can be spawned by selecting a train profile. For single railcars, you must select a locomotive pawn or wagon actor. For example, let's add a freight locomotive to the level. Besides the target route, you must also select the train direction, following behavior and start position. You can think of the start position as the initial distance traveled along the route, measured in meters. For example, if a route has 1 kilometer, a start position of 500 meters would spawn the train half the way. Randomization features are also included. For example, the railcar paint job color and textures are randomized on spawn. This technique reuses the same mesh to create multiple variations, optimizing the project resources. A list of the possible colors and textures is defined in the railcar customization settings, so you have full control over the possible paint job variations to avoid any unpleasant surprises. When spawning freight trains or single wagon actors, the initial cargo state parameter defines if the wagons will be empty, full, or randomly assigned cargo. The cargo mesh color and textures can also be randomized to create cargo variations. I'll cover the customization features on another tutorial. As you can see, spawning trains and railcars is really simple. But now you may think, what if I need to move the train to another route, or adjust its initial location? Don't worry, the Route Manager got you covered. On the Route Operations tab, you can assign a new route to a pre-existing railcar instance. The process is really simple. You just need to select the railcar, adjust the route parameters and click on Assign Route. For trains, you only need to select the locomotive. The wagon's locations are recalculated automatically, based on the locomotive new location. Sample railcars and train spawn profiles are provided for each type of train included in the collection. Train spawn profiles are data assets that defines which locomotive and wagons to use when spawning a train. The spawn rule parameter defines if the train spawner should follow the wagons list exactly as it is, or if it must use the list as reference to randomly generate the train. The random length parameter defines the minimum and maximum number of wagons when randomly generating a train. To create a custom train profile, right-click on the content browser, navigate to the miscellaneous category, select Data Asset, and then select the PDA Train Profile class. Now, all you have to do is to pick a name for your custom profile and set its parameters. If you have custom railcars on your project, it is recommended to create a custom profile for them. I'll cover how to create custom railcars on another tutorial. For now, just keep in mind that customization features are included, so you are not limited to the sample trains. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I would also love to know which features you would like to be included in the future updates. In the next tutorial, I'll teach you how to create railroad switches. Don't forget to visit the Unreal Marketplace for a closer look on the train controller collection. It has everything you need to add trains to your Unreal Engine project, so what are you waiting for?